Good morning and welcome to our live crafting session today. My name's Jenny McCormack and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. It is Wednesday the 1st of February 2023. I'm not going to say the obvious, which is time is just flying far too fast. But yeah, here we are in February, halfway through our Sale-A-Bration promotion with Stampin' Up. And this week I have been focusing on the free products that you can get between now and the end of February when you place an order for £45 or multiples of £45. And on Monday I did these two cards using the In the Country stamp set. Oh, bless you, Catherine. Thank you for joining us. She was watching yesterday's video, which was the flowers, which I'm just going to come on to. So this is what we created on Monday with the two scenes, and this is what we're going to do at our coffee and card. So many people said they love the design, and it's a really easy watercolor design. So, and I did two methods of colouring those in. One was with watercolor pencils, which is this one on the right, and then on the left was using inks and our water painters. So that's what we're going to do at coffee and card this Friday in Brackley and Monday in Toaster. Yesterday I featured these new papers, which are these ones here, and I made the two cards. I actually made this one online, and then because I'd cut the card and paper ready, I went on to make this one straight after. So both very similar. Good evening, Kerry. Fingers crossed for your internet. And hi, Kate. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, these are the lovely flowers that I cut out from the papers yesterday. So I was really pleased with the finished results, and these papers match the Fragrant Flowers stamp set. And the papers are the free Sale-A-Bration item. This is the coordinating stamp set. This image matches the main image on the papers, but two really nice big sentiments, thanks and hello, and then two smaller sentiments, and then I'd stamped on the inside that little flower. So that was yesterday, so you can catch those on Facebook and on YouTube. And then today I'm going to feature another stamp set called Thanks a Bunch. Now it's a slightly peculiar choice of stamp because it features carrots. I have no idea what the significance of that is, if there is any, but looks like fun. I wasn't going to get it as one of my free items, but I'd seen quite a few fun designs, so I thought I'm just going to give it a go. So it's called Thanks a Bunch. It's got some nice sentiments. So we've got thanks a bunch. Everything's coming up carrots. It looks like spring. Look at you. There's no one quite like you. Love you. Hey there, and thanks. And then we've got these carrot images here and leaves. And we've got the greenery for the carrots here. We've got some tiny little hearts and some ground or whatever you want that to be. And I have seen a couple of things. I've seen people use these as trees by stamping them that way up. That's been quite effective. But also using this detailed element of the carrots across the bottom of a card with these. So I'm going, once I've done the card I've got in mind, I'm going to have a quick go at doing a little scene where this little floret here actually becomes a tree. And we have some news today in that there are some additional items, hi Tracy, that have been added Oh, good. I'm glad you like the carrots, Kate. I did put a comment in the start of this, you know, do you like them or not? And it's a bit like the papers yesterday. I know the papers yesterday, not to everybody's taste. They're quite dark. It wouldn't be something that I would buy separately because they're free. I took them, of course. Oh yes, carrots as members of a rock band. Catherine is quite right. So we do have a stamp set that's got drums, and somebody done some carrots as members of a rock band. That was good. So just a quick note. This is my exciting news, and I'm sorry it's handwritten, but it was difficult to extract the information in time off the website. But in addition to the items in the Sale-A-Bration catalogue that you can choose for free, and that's this one here, and that includes the papers, the Thanks a Bunch stamp set, two stamp sets that I haven't used as well, and another set of papers that I haven't used. You also now have the choice, if you don't want any of those items, to add some different items to your free selection. And I will be posting and emailing these in more detail. So you could choose Into the Clouds embossing folder, Enjoy the Journey papers, that's the papers that I've used in our class this month, Loveliest Layers masks, which funny enough I haven't used but was going to, so I'm going to be using those probably next week to show you those, White Frayed Ribbon, the Kindness Cards Kit, the Hive, which is like the hexagonal 3D embossing folder, the Essential Tag Punch, the Songbird Builder Punch, and the Let's Party Treat Boxes kit. So you can choose any of those instead of a £45 Sale-A-Bration item. And then added to the £90 item, I think, is Eden's Garden stamp set and dies. So that's a really good value one. So watch out for emails and details on those, but I just wanted to share those with you straight away. Okay, so let's get cracking. So I haven't stamped these yet. So Kate has just obviously received her class in a box, and in the class in a box I usually include a treat of some kind, and this month it's a curly whirly. So Kate is obviously tucking into a curly whirly. I'm just using some of our small grid paper. Actually I might use the other side, but that's fine hopefully. And I've just got a spare piece of thin white card just to have a go with these stamps because I've not used them before. So I've got the plain base carrot, and then I've got the detailed pieces of the carrot that go down the side. And for my practice, I think I'm going to try Mango Melody for my carrot base and Pumpkin Pie for the detail. I have no idea if that's going to work or not, but let's give it a go. So those three items are available from today for any orders over £45, and multiples will get you multiple options. Okay, so let's give this a go. So this is our base carrot, so I'm just stamping this on a spare piece of card, which I'll keep with the set. So there's our base carrot. That's Mango Melody. And then I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie for the detail, and I think I'll have to take my glasses off to put this on. So if you can see that detail there on the right hand side. Like so. And then let's have some of the greenery. Oh, no, I didn't put it away. And there's various bits of greenery in here that you could use. I could have moved that down a little bit. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. Yes, the Enjoy the Journey papers are gorgeous, so that's one of the items that you could choose for free. So that's worth $11.25. So I think when you have carrots, they have lots of leaves like that. I might be wrong. So what I want to do is just establish how big I need this to be, because it's quite big, isn't it? So what I might do is I might yeah, so obviously I don't want this sticking out too much. I am going to use a piece of white card with decal edges. So I'm just going to see if I can get those and those in. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is stamp some carrots, mask off the tops, and then add the foliage in. That's my theory. So Mango Melody first, and I'm going to do this fairly centrally, and using this grid paper here, which you can buy. This is designed for the Stamparatus. Hi Nick! But it works well as a matte. Thanks for joining us. So which way am I going to do them? I'm going to do them that way or that way. Ah, that way I think. Otherwise it's all going to be overlapping in the middle. So I've got 3 carrots like so. So that's my base layer. Just going to add in the detail with pumpkin pie. And sorry if that's slightly out of your view. There's one. I'll lift it up so you can see it in a bit more detail in a second. 2. 3. Okay, so there's my carrots. Not the best lining up on the left, but there you go. Okay, now I'm just going to grab a piece of paper, and I just want to cover over that and do my greenery. Oh, it would fit, but I'm not going to risk it because I don't want it to stick out over the top. So I'm just going to add a bunch of stalks like so, and I've just used a little scrap of paper just to mask off the top of here. Going to add another one in like that, and then I'm going to do the same in the middle, just covering that up. So if you go to Google and you type in "thanks a bunch Stampin' Up" and then select images or videos, you will see lots of different ideas with this stamp set. There we go. It's going to add another one in there. So it's a bit more of a pleasing angle, like so. So I hope everybody is well this morning. Go. I could have created a proper mask for that, but a little scrap of paper will do the job. So you don't often see carrots with their stalks on. We have them at the local market. Let's put one in there. There we go. Let me lift that up so you can see that a bit better. Hopefully you can. Just going to put another one there because I've got an odd spot of ink on the right hand side, and I just want that covered up because it will annoy me. There we go. So you could add in, you know, as much carrot top as you require. Okay, just going to leave those there for a minute. Actually, I'm going to cover those up, and I will just add a sentiment. So there's a nice thanks a bunch, which I think, as this is a bunch of carrots, would work well. And I'm just going to stamp it and put it across the middle, I think. Let me see if I've got a small die that would work. Die cut ready. If not, I will just stamp it on. So that one might be a little bit big. Right. Got to find the stamp set that went on the floor. There we go. That's the only problem when it's completely clear is you can't see it. So I've got thanks a bunch. It may or may not fit on this piece. I might just trim it down anyway. And I'm going to use, I think, pumpkin pie, because I've got some pumpkin pie paper card that I can use behind. This is the largest of the deckled rectangles, so I know there's not going to be much space between that and the edge of my card. Just have a practice on here. There we go, that's nice and crisp. Thanks. There we go. A bunch. I think this will fit. There we go. So thanks a bunch, and that can go across there. And just wondering whether to put something on either side. Right, just going to deliberate about that for a minute, only because this is quite a big banner. Okay, right, I have got somewhere to hand a piece of pumpkin pie card. So I think actually I'm just going to keep it simple like that. Could stamp the carrots over the back, but no, I'm going to keep it like that. Before I put that together, I just want to try out the other idea I had just literally as I was putting everything together, which is to use this top as a tree and then these as grass. It's not original. Other demonstrators have done something very similar. Let me just wipe this one down. Just want to give you another sample really. Let's grab that, and I'm just doing this on a small card because it's quite a small image. Morning, Brenda. We're having fun with carrots, Brenda, if you can believe that. This is what we've just created. Like so. I will stick it all down in a second. Thanks a bunch. Right, let's use, I've got some different greens for this. And there is a lot of stamps in the set. You get 19 altogether. So let me just have a quick try with this. So I'm just going to make this look like trees, and it's all just down to the scale, that's all. Like that on the left, put some on the right. This is garden green, but my garden green, this particular one, definitely needs re-inking. It's quite pale, much paler than it should be. Okay, so those are my trees, and then I'm going to use the edge of the carrots as grass, and there's two edges as well, so let's just use Granny Apple Green. It is fun, it's definitely fun, and when it's free you don't mind, do you? Right, so I'm just going to put this on here. Now these are at a slight angle, so I'm just adding those on like so. It makes very effective grass. I just lift that up, hopefully you can see that in a bit more detail. And there is also this other piece here for the other smaller carrot, so I might just add a little bit of that in Old Olive. Find the stamps again. This one here. Just going to pop it on our practice sheet. So you can see it's a different element there. Like so. And then what else have we got in there? I wonder that we could use. So we've got this little bit of grass, but we've got this here, might work for some little flowers. Let me find that. There we go. So I'm just going to pick a colour and stamp those. I just might do them in Mango Melody, as I've got that to hand. So this is just really a bit of fun, this one. It's not my main design, but a little bit pumpkin pie. You could do any colour, but as this is to hand, save you all hanging around. So just going to pop that in here. So there we are. So little bit of fun, a very small scene. But you could then add in the sentiment. It looks like spring, for example, which is on there. Let's just pop that on, and then I'll put the card together. So a little bit of fun. And it certainly feels very spring-like today, that's for sure. Just put it on. There we go, looks like spring. And then if you've got a blending brush to hand and a little bit of blue ink, well, it might be enough blue on there actually. You can just finish that off. So a little bit of fun, just a bonus. Oh yes, some birds would be good, or if you've got a little black pen, which I've got here, I could do a few. My best bird impression. So there we go, you could just change that and use the carrot tops and make a little scene just for a little bit of fun. Hi Valerie. So let's pop our main cards together. So here we stamp the 3 carrots, and then I think what I'm going to do is use the edges of the carrots around the edge of here, just to give it a little bit of interest around the edge, otherwise it's a little bit plain. Let me just clean off the grass. So just going to use a little bit of pumpkin pie. There we go. And pop this along the edge, just for a little bit of interest. Like so. Thank you, Kerry. How are you faring with this weather? I gather there's all sorts of horrible weather for you down in Australia. I'm not quite sure which part of Australia is affected. Oh, I've done that the wrong way around. I put the smooth edge in, not the detailed edge. Let's see if I can correct that there. That's it. It reminds me of the texture stamps we had a while ago that I used a lot to make it look like it was a stone edge or something. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of interest around the edge of our card. We've got our elements here. Oh, hot days, okay. And then we've got our thanks a bunch, and I might just put some embellishments on there or something. So let's just add some glue to this panel. So just a light covering of glue, not too much. Doesn't need to go too near the edge, just leave yourself 1/2 centimetre or so. You can pop this on here. Like so. And my thanks a bunch is going to go across there, and I'll probably put a couple of sequins or something on there. Let's just pop some dimensionals. 1, 2, 3. So just a fun little bit of stamping today. like so. And let's just grab, I need to put my glasses on. So these are definitely the wrong colour. Let me just see, pinks, blues, got some gold, might work, yes. So these are some new sequins. They come on 2 sheets, there's 2 different sizes, and I'm just going to use these ones here. Just put one on either side, just really to fill in that gap. And there we go. Let's get it something like straight would be good. And find one without a cat hair attached to it. There we are. So a little bit of fun with the Thanks a Bunch stamp set. This is our little give it a go scene using the carrot tops as trees. It's quite a small scene though. And then this is the stamp set itself. So it's quite useful bits of scenery, but also some nice stamps as well, and I like these little dots here. So there we are. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, Wednesday morning. We will be back here tomorrow, Thursday, at 10 p.m. No, not 10 p.m. We were here at 10 a.m. We're here at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Oh dear. And what I might do, you can vote actually what you'd rather see. We have got, so I've got Beautifully Happy, which is the stamp set that we haven't used. This is a 2-step stamp set that you can either stamp and colour in yourself, or you can stamp and infill with the stamp. Or we can use the masks that have just come up on offer as another Sale-A-Bration items, and they're called Loveliest Layers masks. So if you have a preference, which one you like to see me do, thanks Scylla, then let me know whether you want, I've forgotten its name already, Beautifully Happy or Loveliest Layers masks. That's the stamp set for Beautifully Happy. So just let me know your preference, Beautifully Happy or Loveliest Layers masks. Brenda's gone for the masks. Let me see if I have them to hand. I do. Let me show you what they are like. So these are really nice. You get this large one here, which is perfect for background. So this is just about 6 inches by 6 inches, so it covers the whole of a card. And then you get these elements here, so you get 4 masks that work all together. So you have these, let's get it the right way around, these that add detail to the leaves, and then this is the flower, and then this one adds detail to the flower, so they work together. So two votes for masks, so I think maybe the masks is what it is. These retail at £10, so you can buy them on their own at £10, or you can get them as a free item with a £45 order from today until the end of February. Bear in mind that these will be available after, because they come from the new mini catalogue, whereas the Sale-A-Bration specific items won't be available after that time. So if there's something on the Sale-A-Bration brochure that you would really like, then I would concentrate on that first, and then you can always add the new items to your order after if you have enough, or you can order them separately. Okay, so masks this is. We will be seeing those tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm off out now, so I will catch up with you later. Thank you so much. Bye for now.